USB mics in 2023 are no longer cheap alternatives to XLR mics. Instead, they're turning into actual sort of competitors to consider. I mean, they're called USB mics for a reason, right? Universally super brilliant? Anyway, let's take a look at which USB mic you should be picking up in 2023.
Thanks for checking out Radio.co on YouTube. If you want to see more kit reviews, live webinars, and handy broadcasting tips, then give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and click the bell icon.
So you might remember at the start of the year, we actually took a look at some of our favorite XLR mics. Today we're going to be looking at 5 of our favorite USB mics, and we're going to be doing it slightly differently in that we're going to be choosing a USB mic for a different user on the scale of not doing any audio at all right now to professional. If you're considering jumping into the world of audio with no clue on what to get, who is who, what is what, and etc. Everyone on the internet is saying you need the best of the best or you're a stinky poo-poo, but I say no. They're a stinky poo-poo because you don't need the best of the best, you just need something to get you going. Because realistically, you could fork out $300 for a mic and then find out next month it's really not for you. God, I'm such a sensible old person, my mum would be so proud. So if you're considering starting a radio station, podcast, or doing a bit of streaming, may I suggest the Samson Video Mic Go. The Samson Go, not this again, the Samson Go Mic Video. You might look at this and be forgiven for thinking it doesn't really look much like a microphone at all, instead a webcam. Well, you'd be right, because this is a weird, strange microphone webcam hybrid that kind of does a bit of both, in that it does both. The Samson Go mic was originally just a microphone that was really portable. You could take it around with you and just clip it on your laptop and plug it in and go. And more recently, they included a webcam. The microphone itself is stellar. It's a great little condenser mic with 2 polar patterns to choose from, omnidirectional and cardioid, which is great for the $59 price tag. And yeah, it comes included with a webcam, which isn't great. But my thinking is, if you're just starting out, maybe you'd want to do a bit of video alongside your audio recordings. So it's a great little package to have if you're just setting out, you're just starting up. It's extremely easy to use, you just plug it in and go. And aside from the awful name, yeah, I could highly recommend it for those experimenting. Here's an audio test we did back in our initial review.
So we're currently recording sound with the omnidirectional mic input. If we just change it to cardioid, should hear a bit of a difference, maybe, possibly. Who knows? Let's change it back. Any difference? Can you tell? I think you can definitely tell a difference. I think omnidirectional does work a bit better.
Up next is the little mini NT Mini. Luckily, that's not the official name. It wasn't made by Samson. No, this little beauty was made by Rode, and it's shaped up to be one of our favorite USB mics of all time. It's on the high budget end of things at £93, and I know in today's climate, that's still quite expensive, but in terms of microphones, it is on the cheaper side of things. However, that doesn't mean that Rode have skimped out on quality control. It's a condenser mic, it's built incredibly well. It comes with a little magnetic stand which you just pop off and pop on like so, but it's not the best. There's even a headphone output on the back which you can use for latency control, and you can even change the headphone volume with the dial on the front. It doesn't come with a pop shield, unfortunately, but there is one built in. Take that with a pinch of salt though. It will probably be all right with a few plosives, but it will peak from time to time. It's bundled in with a software called Rode Connect, which is basically like a virtual mixing desk. So think of the Rodecaster Pro, for instance, but just on a laptop. It's fairly basic, but it will get the job done. Overall then, a fantastic little package that I would definitely recommend for beginners.
Success is 1% inspiration, 98% perspiration, and 2% attention to detail.
So you got started, you've been doing your podcast or radio show for a bit, and you've decided you need to go to the next level. The little mini NT Mini Samson Go mic Video Go mic isn't quite cutting it anymore, and you need your vocals to sound smooth. Might I suggest either the NT USB Plus or the Blue Yeti X. The Blue Yeti X is another condenser mic that is one of my favorites in terms of looks. Just like how chunky and big it is. It's also a very flexible mic as it has 4 different polar patterns in that you can switch between very easily whilst recording. The Blue voice app is included, which is a lot like Rode Connect, but we found it to have a few more customization options. You could add a high pass filter, a de-esser, and loads more. There's an LED dial on the front which you can use for gain, headphone output, or even just your computer audio. You can change the individual color on the dial so you know exactly what you're changing, and you can do all of this through the app. The NT USB Plus is the older brother of the NT Mini, and it's an upgraded version of the NT USB. Are you keeping track of this? So if you already have the Mini and you love Rode Connect and that whole ecosystem, this will serve as a great little upgrade. It uses USB-C and has Rode's Revolution preamps built in, which is great. There's Aphex audio processing included as well, which means you're going to get the likes of Aural Exciter and of course, Big Bottom. There's also an included external pop shield and a little tripod at the bottom, which, like the NT Mini, isn't great. The NT USB Plus comes in at about £182, while the Blue Yeti X comes in at about £159 or dollars. So yeah, a little bit of a price difference. At the end of the day, it's going to come down between which ecosystem you prefer. There's also going to be the fact that the Yeti has 4 different polar patterns. But yeah, both very good mics. Here's the sound test we did back a while ago. Let me know what you think.
Success is 1% inspiration, 98% perspiration, and 2% attention to detail. Success is 1% inspiration, 98% perspiration, and 2% attention to detail.
So we've now reached the best of the best, and I imagine a few of you will have jumped straight from the intro to here, so hello if you're just joining us. So if you're looking for the best mic money can buy, may I recommend the Rode NT1 5th generation or the Shure MV7. The Shure MV7 is basically the Shure SM7B's younger sibling that comes with XLR, USB, or simultaneous recording. It unfortunately uses USB-A as opposed to USB-C, but it's the only dynamic mic on our list, meaning it'll be pretty easy to use. It includes a digital display along the top, which has a touch bar, and a headphone output for latency control, but these only work in USB mode. It sounds great, but you'd expect that from Shure, but it's not quite as good as the Shure SM7B, as there's a little bit of popping from time to time. The main reason I've included it in this list is the option to upgrade to XLR in the future, say if you get a mixing desk. Another great option is the newest mic on this list, the Rode NT1 5th generation. But is getting the 5th generation important? Well, yes, because like the Shure, this includes XLR and USB, but prior to the 5th generation, it was only an XLR mic. This dual connect feature is a first for condenser mics and something we're really excited about here at Radio.co. Not in the least because it also comes with Rode's unclippable 32-bit float recording, which in theory should mean you can speak as loudly as possible, you can pop as much as you like, and it should be able to be saved in post. This is by far one of the most impressive features I've seen in a new microphone recently. There's also Revolution preamps built in, Aphex processing again, and of course that means Big Bottoms included here too. 2 Big Bottoms in one video. It's unheard of. It's compatible with Rode Connect, Central, Unify, and the bloody kitchen sink. And I'm just gonna come out and say it that the NT1 is probably my favorite microphone at the moment. I absolutely love this thing. In terms of value for money, it comes in about $299, which is expensive, don't get me wrong. But I do think it's good value for money. Like with the Shure, you have the option to upgrade to XLR in the future. You're also getting a shock mount and a pop shield included, and just a mic that is gonna be brilliant for years to come. The Shure comes in at about $259 in comparison, and basically I think the option here is if you want the best of the best, go for the NT1. But if you want a dynamic mic really badly, the Shure is also a great option.
So although this microphone doesn't actually come with a USB-C on the back, one of the things it does come with is a micro USB to a USB-C cable, which allows me to connect it to my iPad. Now, this opens up a whole world of possibilities. As you can see right now, I'm recording this on the Voice Notes app.
I'm currently recording this through the USB cable into my MacBook, and then I'm recording it off OBS. I tried to get it working on Connect and had no luck for some reason, which is odd because I use Connect quite regularly and it's worked fine with every other Rode mic I've tried. So not sure what's going on there. I might need to install an update or something, I'm not sure. So won't knock any points off it, just in case it's me being an idiot, and that does happen.
Before we go, I just wanted to make clear that this is just a few USB mics and there are so many out there right now. For instance, we could make a whole other user in just the gaming category. We could make a whole video on gaming if we wanted. There's the Rode X line, which is specifically for gamers, which has gone and found some of its old hardware like the Rode Podcaster made it USB compatible, such as the XDM100, and then shipped it with Rode Unify, which is a great little software for gamers. There's also the likes of the HyperX Quadcast, which we haven't personally tested yet, but is currently making the rounds within the audio community as a rising star. And talking about the podcaster, there's loads of mics going which are a bit older, but you could get secondhand and still will work absolutely brilliantly. So do not think for 1 minute you need to go out and buy new, because you absolutely don't need to do that to get a great microphone, and it helps the planet a little bit. So there we have it, some of our favorite USB mics for 2023. I'm sure there's a huge debate going on right now about certain mics I missed or certain mics that were there and shouldn't have been there, and I'm sure some people are just being mean about the way I look. Some people are mean. Anyway, aside from the mean stuff, we'd love to hear from you, so please do comment down below. And while you're down there, you might as well click like, hit subscribe, and ring that bell. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, and happy broadcasting.
And just before you go, have you ever thought about launching your very own internet radio station? Surprisingly, it's a lot easier than you may think, especially when you make the time to chat to myself or a member of the Radio.co team. To do just that, head to our website, radio.co/demo, where I can talk about your plans, any questions you may have, and me and the team can really get you up to speed in launching your own internet radio station in literally minutes. It couldn't be easier. Why not check out some of our webinars, tutorials, help guides situated around me? Or why not visit our website, radio.co, or even drop me an email, studio@radio.co. Until next time, take care and happy broadcasting.